Okay, we'll get started. You ready? I call to order this regular meeting of the City of Campbell City Council on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. I invite our leadership graduates up to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm sorry. Before we do that, could you do the roll call, please?
Yes. Councilmember Ivy, Councilmember Hines,
Present.
Councilmember Scazola,
Here.
Vice Mayor Furtado,
Here.
Mayor Lopez.
Here, thank you. Now could I invite our graduates to lead the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you.
Okay, let us begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. So please feel free to stay up here for a second. The City of Campbell, I'm proud to share, had 3 employees successfully complete the 2025 Santa Clara County Leadership Academy. And these were Police Record Supervisor Mihui Cho, Administrative Analyst Jose Cetino, and Recreation Supervisor Isa Thray. And this was an intensive 7-month initiative which cultivates rising leaders in the public sector. Through classes, personalized coaching, and a culminating capstone project, participants sharpened their leadership abilities, broadened their professional connections, and learned from many of the county's most influential and inspiring leaders. Their commitment to developing new skills not only advances their own career paths, but also strengthens our organization as a whole and the communities we support. Congratulations on your accomplishment. And I just want to offer you the opportunity if you'd like to say a few words. And feel free to press the little microphone button if you on the set. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Isa Thray. I'm the Recreation Supervisor, and I just wanted to thank the city for providing the opportunity. It was a really interesting academy to participate in, a lot for the lessons that we learned from previous alumni and the guests that they had to come to speak, but then also the networking, the people that we got to meet throughout the county. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mihi Cho, Police Record Supervisor for the Campbell Police Department. I echo Iseth. It was a great opportunity to be able to network with other members of city departments, and I've learned a lot. So I really appreciate the opportunity given to us from the city. Thank you.
Congratulations. And before I present your certificates, I just want to see if anyone else would like to say a few words up here.
I'm glad that you found it valuable, and glad that you took the opportunity to take advantage of it. It's a great experience being able to meet other colleagues, not particularly within your field, but other fields, and learn from others. So congratulations.
Congratulations on the continuing education. Very important for all of us. So terrific that you took in that opportunity and finished it.
And I'll add to what my colleagues have already said and what you said yourself. It gives you a great opportunity and provides you a sense of leadership and sort of perspective on the whole operations of government at various levels. So thank you for the dedication and your own sacrifice in pursuing this. So congratulations.
I can't add very much from what my fellow colleagues have already said, but I just want to thank you personally and just for your public service. Thank you.
And thank you. I'm sure this is a sign that you'll continue your work in the public sector and service for a long time. So thank you for that investment for serving our Campbell community. So with that, I'll come down and present these certificates. So other than that, we have no special presentations and proclamations and no communications and petitions. And that brings us to oral requests, which is the portion of the meeting reserved for persons wishing to address the City Council on a matter not on the agenda. And I have a card from, I'm sorry, that's for a later item. Do we have any members of the public that would like to speak to an item not on tonight's agenda? Any online? Okay, we'll go on to the mayor's announcements. First, I want to hear from you. Please join me for a community conversation office hours with the mayor on Tuesday, December 9th from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. in the council chambers. This is your opportunity to share issues that matter to you, whether it's neighborhood safety, local services, or ideas to make our city even better. Together, we can build solutions that align with our community. Next, Campbell Girls Fast Pitch Softball League is seeking grants and funding to keep their league thriving with scholarships for players, safer fields and pathways, shaded bleachers and secure dugouts, and backstop extensions to protect fans. For questions about the league or to support financially, please contact Jennifer at marketing@campbellsoftball.com. Next, the Campbell Community Toy Program needs toys, books, soccer balls, and games. Toy collection bins have been placed at various locations, including Campbell City Hall, the Police Department, Community Center, and the fire stations located on Union and Sunny Oaks. For additional information about this program, please visit campbelltoyprogram.com. Next, the annual Downtown Campbell Carol of Light celebration will be held on Saturday, December 6th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Wear your ugly sweaters and show off your most outrageous holiday fashion. Fun for all ages with face painting, petting zoo, arts and crafts, and bounce houses. This festive event is free and open to everyone. Don't miss the holiday cheer in downtown Campbell. Next, the Ainsley House and Museum Holiday Boutique is open for public tours every Thursday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tours are available until December 21st. For more information about this and other upcoming events, please visit campbellmuseums.com. 'Tis the season for potential thefts and holiday crimes. Please do not leave packages or valuables in your car and lock them in the trunk. Keep your car doors locked with the windows closed and set your alarm. If shopping at night, remember to park in a well-lit area. Please be sure to report any suspicious activity to the Campbell Police Department at 408-866-2101, or if you encounter an emergency, please call 911. And finally, City Hall offices will be closed for business beginning 12 p.m. on Wednesday, December 24th through Friday, January 2nd. Police and emergency services will remain open. Next, we have the consent calendar. Items that are considered by the City Council to be routine and enacted by one motion without separate discussion of these items unless polled by a member of City Council, City staff, or member of the public. And today this will include items 7.1 through 7.13. Do we have any council members, staff, or members of the public that would like to pull an item from the consent calendar? Councilor Scazola.
Mayor Lopez, I would not like to pull, but I would like to acknowledge item 7.13. I'm so pleased to support this grant from SVCE, and so report indicates the city is required by the state to electrify its operational fleet. SVCE is aware of this and has acted to support us with complying. SVCE initially supported this work by preparing a fleet analysis and plans for charging infrastructure. Accepting this additional grant ensures that we can continue proceeding down this cleaner path. This is just the latest in a long line of nearly $1 million in grants our community has received from SVCE. Previous grants were used to purchase electric trucks and to electrify our new library. SVCE continues to support all 13 of its member agencies with grants and assistance while continuing to save residents money on their electric bills while building a healthier Silicon Valley. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's excellent. And Councilor Hunt.
I'd like to pull item 7.7.
Okay.
And Mr. Mayor, if I can just clarify and jump in before we move to consent, I did also want to clarify on item 7.9, no need to pull it, but I do want to clarify that the recommendation was to set the date to February 26th, but the resolution reflects a February 17th date in 2026. And I just want to clarify for the record that February 17th is the date that we're setting. That's the date in the resolution. The recommendation has an incorrect date. That February 3rd date should be February 17th, 2026.
Thank you.
No need to pull, but just clarify that for the record.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? And if not, may I have a motion for items 7.1 through 7.6 and 7.8 through 7.13?
So moved.
Second.
Dan did.
Dan, okay.
Go ahead, please call the roll.
Councilmember Ivy,
Aye.
Councilmember Hines,
Aye.
Councilmember Scrivzola,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Furtado,
Aye.
Mayor Lopez.
Thank you. That passes. And that brings us to 7.7, the Community Facilities District, number one report fiscal year FY 24 to 25. Councilmember Hines, do you want to make any comments?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Council, for the understanding of my concerns on this. The annexation of Campbell Village into Campbell in 2023 created CFD 1, which the current voters at the time, including me, and for those in Campbell Village, we voted and approved that. And now in Campbell Village, we have that on our tax bill. CFD 1 does not provide any additional services to Campbell above anything else in Campbell. We get the same services the rest of Campbell does. It partially covers a $200K annual payment to San Jose for no services. And that $200K payment to San Jose was never voter. These have never been challenged by the city. CFD 1 should reflect the true purpose of covering the San Jose annual payment. And San Jose should be challenged for providing no services to Campbell, upon which we should have that resolved to which would CFD 1 would then be retired. I propose to decline 7.1 CFD 1 until such time as the financial accounting reflects the true cover of 75% of the annual fee to San Jose, for which no services are provided.
Thank you. Do you have anyone else who wishes to make comments or any staff? And if not, do you have a motion for this item?
I do have a question. I don't,
Please.
we are providing services to that district in the form of public safety, police, fire, storm, public works, maintenance. So there is a benefit. I mean, that's part of what the district was formed for, to provide those services, because otherwise you wouldn't have those from the city of Campbell.
But the funds from the CFD 1 really pay 3/4 of the fee to San Jose, the $200K. That's where my concern is the accounting of the funds certainly reflects fire and safety, but really what it's doing is it's covering the fees to San Jose.
Vice Mayor Furtado.
I guess this is more of a question than a statement. I was not on the council at the time when this action was taken, but my understanding was that part of the area that was included in the annexation to Campbell was already within San Jose, and it was a commercial area that was generating sales tax, which San Jose benefited from because it was in their city. Then as a part of the negotiation, they agreed to give that up. However, we still had to agree to sort of compensate them, at least in part, for the sales tax that they lost. So I'm assuming that's part of the reason for those charges. In other words, they gave up a sales tax base, or a certain amount, and we agreed to sort of compensate them for that. And so that's part of the reason for that charge. That's my understanding, but I could be wrong.
No, that's accurate. That's accurate. That's the genesis of it. Correct.
Thank you. Any other comments? And if not, may I have a motion?
So I'll move that the council note and file the annual bond accountability report for the city's Community Facilities District for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, as mandated by the California Government Code sections 53411 and 50075.3.
Second.
Thank you. Could we have the roll?
Councilmember Ivy,
Aye.
Councilmember Hines,
Nay.
Councilmember Scrivzola,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Furtado,
Aye.
Mayor Lopez.
Aye. Thank you. That brings us to item 8, public hearings and introduction of ordinances. And we will hear 8.1, a public hearing to consider adoption of an ordinance extending interim ordinance number 2321, implementing SB 450, regulating urban lot splits and two-unit housing developments, and adoption of an ordinance extending interim ordinance number 2322, governing ADUs for a period of 1 year. And we'll hear from Senior Planner Daniel Fong.
Thank you. Good evening. So before you are two ordinances to extend two existing interim ordinances that are governing single-family development and construction of the ADUs within the city. Both of these ordinances are set to expire early next year. So this action will provide additional time for staff to work on updated interim ordinances that will be brought to you in the springtime of next year that eventually will be incorporated into a permanent ordinance, hopefully some point next year. With that, I'll take any questions you may have.
Thank you. Do you have any questions from council?
Thank you.
If not, we'll open the public hearing. Do we have anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this item? No? Close the public hearing. Any discussion from council? And if not, could we have a motion in a second?
Move the adoption of item number 8.1.
I'll second.
Thank you. Could we have the roll, please?
Councilmember Bybee,
Aye.
Councilmember Hines,
Aye.
Councilmember Scazola,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Furtado,
Aye.
Mayor Lopez.
Aye. Thank you. City Clerk, could you please read the title of the first ordinance relating to SB 450?
Yes. Being an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Campbell extending urgency measures to implement Senate Bill number 450, 2024 by removing special requirements and procedures and incorporating uniform objective zoning, subdivision, and design standards for the single-family residential zoning district.
I move that further reading be waived.
I'll second.
Second from Bybee. Could we have the roll, please?
Councilmember Bybee,
Aye.
Councilmember Hines,
Aye.
Councilmember Scazola,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Furtado,
Aye.
Mayor Lopez.
Aye. Thank you. City Clerk, could you please read the title of the second ordinance relating to ADUs?
Being an interim ordinance of the City Council of the City of Campbell extending urgency provisions related to accessory dwelling units, ADUs, and junior accessory dwelling units, JADUs, to implement recent feedback and direction from the California Department of Housing and Community Development, HCD, and recent legislative updates, SB 1211 and AB 2533.
Thank you. Do you have a motion and second to waive further
Move
reading?
that further reading be waived.
I'll second.
Thank you. Could we get the roll, please?
Councilmember Bybee.
Aye.
Councilmember Hines.
Aye.
Councilmember Scazola.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Furtado.
Aye.
Mayor Lopez.
Aye. Thank you. That item passes, and that brings us to item 9, which is new business. And first, we have 9.1, a resolution approving an agreement with Environmental Services, Inc., in an amount not to exceed $406,792 to provide equipment and labor for the replacement of the Campbell Community Center building A HVAC chillers, and allowing the city to dispense with formal bidding procedures as specified in Campbell Municipal Code, Section 3.20.033, and authorize the city manager to execute said agreement and approve an associated budget adjustment. And we'll hear from Public Works Director Amy Lane.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and council members. This item is for the service contract for new chiller units to replace ones that have failed at the Community Center Building A, which is currently leased to Da Vinci Academy. For some time, the chillers, they were struggling to operate. And in August of 2025, they finally failed. And when they did, the building's temperatures rose significantly and required temporary swamp coolers to help with their circulation. The lack of functioning HVAC system created poor indoor air quality and very uncomfortable temperatures for the occupants, and most of whom are children. Seeing that this is an emergency, staff reached out to the city's HVAC maintenance contractor, Environmental Services Incorporated, for a quote and delivery time and installation. The price for the equipment and labor service for the two chillers is $407,000, with a very long lead time of 20 to 24 weeks, which means that it would put us sometime in the spring of 26. So we recognize that we want to have, and how important it is for us to have functioning HVAC before the weather gets too warm. We then recommended for our city manager to approve to proceed with the equipment order. So this evening, we seek council's authorization to proceed with the emergency work and allocate the necessary funds to the project. And with that, staff recommends dispensing with the formal bidding procedures and awarding an emergency contract to ESI as allowed by Campbell Municipal Code Section 3.20.030, and also with council approval of the contract terms of service, staff requests council's authorization for the city manager to subsequently execute said agreement as specified in Campbell Municipal Code Section 3.20.100. Staff also recommends the city council to allocate $406,792 to the Public Works Building Maintenance operating budget from the general fund reserves to proceed with the proposed repairs and authorize the finance director to perform the associated budget adjustments. And with that, happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions from the council?
Yeah, just a couple of questions. So that, sorry with my naivete on HVAC. So if it's failed, is there heat going in? Is the building heated?
Yes, it is.
So that's a separate system?
That's a separate, yeah.
Okay, so it's this just the AC, the chiller part of it. Second question, thank you. Second question on the 400K is coming out of the reserve. Is that how much in total is left in the reserve?
I wanted to turn to our assistant finance manager.
Thank you.
Good evening, Council. Nora Vaughn, Assistant Finance Director. On an annual basis, as part of our general fund reserve, we have an operations reserve that's set at $1 million that is typically used for unbudgeted expenditures that was not part of the operating budget.
And so this is 400K of that 1 million.
Sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
So how does that fund get replenished then? At what point?
At the end of the year, as we close the fiscal year, any additional funds that we might have available, we replenish that reserve to bring it back to $1 million.
So it's dependent upon available funding?
Yes.
Thank you. Any other questions? If not, I will open I'll open for public comment, and I believe I have a speaker card from Stephen Saunders.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. Steve Saunders, Campbell resident. I have no objections to accepting the proposal to replace the chiller. That's not what I'm interested in. And the council members have kind of dealt with my question is basically, what about the magic money? Because looking at the packet, there was just $400,000 that got dumped into one account. And if you go look at the budget, it's zero there. So it came from somewhere. That's been answered. The other concern I have is looking at that budget, going back a few years, we see that this account, building maintenance and grounds, kind of keeps growing. And with this, it'll grow even more. And we don't have 2 years records, but last year and this year, it'll be because of large emergency things. It would seem to be that we have kind of a bigger problem that we ought to maybe look at so that we don't end up with emergency things and actually gets moved into the CIP. I don't have any specific things to say about that, but that does seem like something we want to look at. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you have any other comments in person or online? Okay, we'll close the public comment period and bring it back to council for any discussion. Do you have any comments? I'll just say in addressing the public, at first, I do appreciate the questions, and just in response to the public comment, I think it would certainly a concern that I share and that we've all talked about at some time or another, in terms of just being forward-looking and strategic about the CIP and what we're doing there. So I'm sure that will continue to be a topic of discussion, with the new budget year, but definitely something we're always trying to balance between short-term and long-term impacts, and when one starts to outweigh the other. Any other comments? If not, motion from the Senate. Yeah.
So I'm going to support the staff recommendation. Obviously, it needs to be done, but a strong discussion about our capital needs and infrastructure. It's aging, and we can't continue to just put Band-Aids on things and then not really have them work efficiently. So that's what I would hope that I know we're having a study session in the beginning of 2026. So I hope that we have some kind of more of a strategic plan to address some of these issues.
Yeah, and that's certainly my sentiment. Definitely a budget item for a study session aligned with budgeting process, but deserves to be its own topic. Any other comments or motion? Councilmember Scozzolo?
I just wanted to heartily second Councilmember Bybee's comments that she just made. I agree 100%.
I'll propose.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
No, go
I'm not
ahead.
gonna say- No, you hit it. You hit the button. You hit the button first. So.
Well, I was going to say if there's no further discussion, I'd be happy to make a motion, and that would be to approve the staff recommendation.
I'll second.
Thank you. Could we have the roll?
Councilmember Ivy.
Aye.
Councilmember Hines.
Aye.
Councilmember Scozzolo.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Furtado.
Aye.
Mayor Lopez.
Aye. Thank you so much. And thank you for those comments. 9.2, this will be a budget adjustment to fund maintenance and repair projects for the Heritage Theater, and we'll hear from Recreation and Community Services Director Natasha Bissett.
Good evening, Mayor and members of council. So tonight I have before you a request for a budget adjustment. When the theater opened in 2004, part of the business model was to apply a preservation enhancement fee to every person who crosses the threshold, whether it's a ticketed or non-ticketed event. That fund has grown over time. We've used it regularly for equipment replacement that's been scheduled. Currently, it has an unaudited amount of about $180,000. Tonight, I have before you 3 requests to utilize out of that fund, just shy of $27,000. The first one is to do rigging inspection of all the draperies and ceiling flyways that are used on the stage, to have the main drape cleaned and have the new fire retardant applied to that. And then we have 2 motorized shades that create the blackout inside the auditorium, and 2 of them are failing. So we're looking to replace the actual shade thing with something so that it won't get caught in the motor anymore. Without that, I have nothing else. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thanks so much. Do we have questions from the council?
Yeah, just to make sure I heard it right. So the total fund that you have is 180K, and you're asking to use 27K of that.
Vice Mayor Furtado.
When you mentioned about the drapes, does that include the drapes over the windows on the side as well as the stage drapes?
So the fire
wasn't quite
retardant
sure.
is the main drape. On the side windows, those are motorized fabric panels. Those are not fire retardant ones. This is the one for the main stage because of the lights and everything and the amount of heat that happens on the stage.
So, I'm sorry. So the window drapes are not included?
They're not a fabric. So there's 2 of them.
Oh, they're not fabric.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's similar to what's behind you, where it's a motorized, kind of more of a vinyl-y fabric and not the the heavy duty fabric that you find in.
I
a
understand.
main drape. Yes.
Thank you.
A different material. The fire retardant and cleaning is for the main drape of the stage. And we are replacing 2 of the panels of the motorized shades that are inside the auditorium. So of the 8, we have 2 that have been failing and getting stuck in the rollers and not coming down when we need them to.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Do you have any public comment for this item? No, and we'll come back for any council discussion. Any comments from council? Councilor Scazzaro?
If there's no discussion, I'd be happy to make a motion.
Councilman Hines,
I just want to, thank you. I just want to make a comment about, congratulate on the foresight of the setting up a fund like this in 2004.
I wish I could take credit, but
Well,
it's not me.
take credit for it, that whoever set it up, you're taking care of it now. So just really excellent to be able to foresight, being able to see that and use that, and then not use it until you really need it. So.
Just great comment, Councilmember Hines. And if there's no other discussion, I'd be happy to make a motion for staff recommendations.
I'll second.
Thank you. We have the roll, please.
Councilmember Bybee?
Aye.
Councilmember Hines?
Aye.
Councilmember Scazola?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Furtado?
Aye.
Mayor Lopez?
Aye. Thanks so much. That item passes. And that brings us, and that's the last of our action items. We have no unfinished business. Council committee reports. Who wants to kick us off? Councilor Hines.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I sat in on the League of California Cities legislative review. It was an hour long, or no, an hour and a half in presentation on that. And maybe I'm going a little crazy, but it's actually understanding it more. So it was a very informative, very excellent review by the League of California Cities as to each legislation, why it was challenged, and what the end result was, and it was quite effective. I'd encourage to be able to look at that since it's a recorded session. We had the Commissioner Recognition Dinner last night, excellent, that was put on, and just a fabulous overall program. The Chamber Power Networking lunch, Ken left, so it was a great power networking lunch at Kyoto Palace. I encourage everybody to try those. Did the Mayor Sergio Lopez asked me to participate in the Campbell Interfaith Worship Service, and that was quite an effective conversation that I had. And then I've also reached out to Silicon Valley at Home and Santa Clara County Housing on getting their ideas for actionable ordinances and policies. We have the excellent staff that's working on that with the community development, and I'm just trying to get somewhat of my education, somewhat of their ideas on what SV at Home and Silicon Valley Housing can, what have they seen in the way of ordinances and policies? I think that would be helpful for us to be able to understand that. My shout out is to Willard Hicks right down the road. I encourage you to try them out and try their onion soup. It's really delicious. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And thank you for taking on representing our city at the Thanksgiving Interfaith Service. It's always a special occasion. Who wants to continue? Councilor Bobby?
I attended a meeting of the Silicon Valley Animal Control Authority, very routine meeting. And then I also wanted to remind council members of the deadline to RSVP for the Cities Association holiday event. I think the deadline's tomorrow.
Thank you. Who wants to continue? Vice Mayor?
Thanks. I'll just make a brief reference. The statewide meeting of the California State Association of Counties, in other words, all the county elected officials, are currently meeting at the convention center in San Jose. So we have a lot of people at county level in town in our neighboring city of San Jose. And I was asked a while back to see if I could facilitate a presentation of the color guard, and was able to ask the Del Mar Junior ROTC unit, and they said yes, and they were there today, and they did a very nice job. they were recognized for their efforts, and so they should be. I mean, I told them how much we appreciated it, but it was nice to give them this statewide recognition, if you will, for the work that they did. So that's all I have to say.
And excellent to know that. I'm sorry I missed that. I work across the street from the convention center, so I've been running into them all day, including some of our local county supervisors, which was a little funny, but I did not know we were represented as well. Thank you for doing that. I actually don't have too many events apart from our commissioners dinner, which we attended. Thank you to staff for all the work, and of course our commissioners for the work that they do to serve our city community throughout the year. That is a great way to cap off the year. And with that, we are adjourned for today. Thank you.